Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation on basic computer concepts. I'm Gil Vincent Llamas, and today we'll walk through some foundational ideas about computers. So let's start with a big question. What exactly is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that manipulates information or data. It has the ability to store, retrieve, and process data. Imagine it as a super smart assistant that can handle information for you. It is fast, accurately, and tirelessly. Now, a computer is made up of three main parts: hardware, software, and the operating system. Let's start with the hardware. It is any part of your computer that has a physical structure. It refers to the physical parts of your computer, like your keyboard, monitor, or mouse. The software, on the other hand, it is a set of programs that tells the hardware what to do. And lastly, the operating system. It manages or connects the computer hardware and software that makes sure that everything runs smoothly. In a computer, there is a bit and byte. What is the difference between them? A bit is the smallest unit of data measurement. It is either a 0 or a 1. Think of bits like as light switches, which they have an on and off. Now, if you combine 8 bits, you get a byte, which is enough to represent a single character like a letter, number, or any typographic symbol. Here are the basic units of measurement of bytes. 1 kilobyte is equivalent to 1024 bytes. 1 megabyte is equivalent to 1024 kilobytes. 1 gigabyte is equivalent to 1024 megabytes. 1 terabyte is equivalent to 1024 gigabytes. 1 petabyte is equivalent to 1024 terabytes. 1 hexabyte is equivalent to 1024 petabytes. 1 zettabyte is equivalent to 1024 hexabytes. 1 yottabyte is equivalent to 1024 zettabytes. 1 brontobyte is equivalent to 1024 yottabytes. And 1 geobyte is equivalent to 1024 brontobytes. Let's go deeper into the basic hardware of PC system. Here are the 5 key components: the input devices, the CPU or the central processing unit, memory unit, output devices, and secondary storage. We'll go through each of these in the next few slides. Let's talk about first input devices. It is a piece of equipment that allows data and programs to be sent to the CPU. These are the tools that we use to send information to the computer. The common examples of it is the mouse, keyboard, webcam, and yes, the monitor can be also input or output device depending on how it is used. Next, the central processing unit or CPU. It is the brain of a computer that is responsible for running the operating system, applications, and other performing computing tasks. It's where most of the processing happens. It's kinda like a control center that runs everything you ask the computer to do. Next, the memory unit. It is a computer component that stores data, instructions, and information. It is where the computer temporarily or permanently stores information. And there are two types of memory: the random access memory, or also called as RAM, and read-only memory, also called as ROM. The first picture shows the RAM. When we say RAM, or so-called the random access memory, is used to store data that needs to be accessed quickly, such as when running programs, accessing files, or performing other operations. And in the second picture, it shows the picture of room, or the read-only memory. It contains the pre-programmed computer instructions such as the basic input-output system, or the BIOS. It holds the permanent instruction that help the computer to start up. Next, output devices. It is a physical component of a computer that displays or presents information to the user. Output devices can convert data into a form that humans can perceive, such as text, graphics, audio, video, or tactile. Example of it is when you see a text on a monitor, hear a sound from a speaker, or print something with a printer. That's output in action. It's the computer's way of saying of what you have asked for. Lastly, the secondary storage devices. These are used as a means for users to permanently store data separate from the computer system itself. They allow us to save files, photos, music, and more, even the computer is turned off. These include things like hard disk, floppy disk, flash drive, CD-ROM, and many more. Let's take a closer look at this diagram. It shows us the basic working system of a computer, or how the data flows to our computer, and how all the main parts work together like a team. We start with the input device. This is anything we use to send information to the computer. For example, when you use a keyboard to type or a mouse to click, you're using input devices. These tools takes your actions and send them into the computer to be processed. The big box in the middle is so-called as the Central Processing Unit, or CPU, often called as the brain of the computer. It is where all the thinking happens. Inside the CPU, there are two important parts: the control unit and arithmetic or logic unit. In control unit, this acts like a supervisor. It tells the rest of the computer what to do. It controls the flow of data between input, memory, and output. In arithmetic logic or logic unit, this is the part that does the actual work. It handles all the math, comparisons, and logic. For example, if you ask the computer to calculate the 5 plus 3, this is the part that solves it. Together, these two parts allow the CPU, or the control processing unit, to process the instruction it receives. Now below of the CPU, you'll see the memory unit. Think of it that this is the short-term memory. It temporarily stores the data and instructions the CPU needs right now. So when you're working on something like a Word document, it stays here while you're typing. And finally, once the CPU finishes processing your input, the result goes to the output device. This can be monitored. This can be a monitor, which is it shows the result on the screen, a printer to print your work, or even speakers that can play a sound. It is how the computer communicates back to you. And putting all together, this is how it all works. You give an input like typing or clicking. The input goes to the CPU. The control unit what decides to do, and the ALU process it using the help of the memory. The results is sent to the output device so you can hear it. It's like a cycle from input, process, and into the output. It happens super fast every time we use a computer. That wraps up our discussion on basic computer concepts. I hope you now have a clear understanding on how computers work and why these parts matter. Thank you so much for watching.